Hey there, dudes and dudettes. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. I'm the Mysterious JG. We're back. I'm stretching it. You ought to get sorry. Let me just start the video that way. But yeah, we're kind of done with this quest. I think once we chat with all these guys, but we got to go talk to Grease Monkey and then head back to the garden. Some things never change. Doo 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 doo. If you're not watching, if you don't get that, you're not watching Zerfall's streams of Necromancer and Neuromancer. Shame on you for not watching. Shame on me for not even knowing what the game's called. But why did you come up with Fisherman's Horizon? It's such a stupid name. I know why you never say it. You always go pho. Oh. It is pretty obvious, the answer, though. Doesn't the name have some kind of meaning? Well, no one complained. No one complained. Now that I think of it, I was surprised nobody said anything. It's a really dumb name. Oh, so you just came up with it out of the blue? I always believed there was something interesting deep behind it. Well, I came up with it out of the blue because I was staring at the horizons. You could turn it into something meaningful. They're out in the middle of the ocean, and all around them are the horizon, but the horizon also represents their limitless future potential and whatever. Well, I thought it sounded good for one thing. That's it? Of course not. Well, you take me for a fool. I thought it was because you were fishing for a dream somewhere out on the distant horizon. Somewhere out on that horizon, out beyond the neon lights, there must be something better, but there's nowhere else inside. It's survival in the city, if you live from day to day. The city streets don't look that pretty. Something that rhymes with day. In the city. Yeah. All right, that's right. I told you that before. I forgot about that. A simple name based on a simple dream. No point in getting too complicated in life. But I think you're right. What are you talking about? I think you're right. We need more perceptive youngsters like you. People who are willing to say whatever makes me look good. It's just my opinion. Please spreading it around. I'm Dennis Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Spent years being your favorite comic and then turned out to be like a Trumper. I don't know if Dennis Miller's a Trumper. He went down the regular funny guy who appears on conservative talk shows road. I don't know if he's a Trumper or not specifically. But anyway. You know what? Chicken butt. I don't know how I came up with pho. I knew it. Meanwhile, the kid isn't listening anymore. He's lost all interest. Focus. Is that a Doctor Who reference? What do you want? Get away from me. We get a mega elixir or something like that from him. I think we got what we need, quest-wise. And the guide helpfully tells us which of these to pick if you've already done the thing with Grease Monkey and which to pick if you haven't. Well, time for me to get going. Need any help getting back? No, it's alright. You got a long trip ahead, right? Here, take this. And kicks into that. Let's proceed, mega elixir. Okay, take care, boy. I'll be seeing you. So you got some backstory on pho, which is nice. I like it when they give you kind of optional jaunts to get a little bit of color for the world. Don't make it mandatory. And they connected it with... A Mega Elixir is a good item. It's not like the be-all, end-all in the game. I think it's one of those where 100 Mega Elixirs will refine into some spell or something. As opposed to something where each individual one is going to be hugely useful. Just fix it. Can't you at least do that, moron? Wait, I thought we defeated these guys. Huh? Oh, I guess I do gotta talk to him. What are you doing here, Ichigoya? Where have you hidden? Shut up. Seed. Heh. I'm asking to repair the ironclad that you busted. Why bother fixing that piece of junk? Foolish. You're dead meat. Yeah. Get this thing over with. Are we fighting or not? Hey, step outside. What? Alright, tough guy, let's settle this. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Hey, yo, can you help me out here? This guy won't stop bothering me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. Alright, let's step outside, and I believe he's going to run. But talking to those guys doesn't do anything. I just got a text message that I'll want to be checking on. Text message is now segued into me being paranoid about whether I'm recording, which I am. Thankfully, I don't get a lot of text messages that turn out to just be junk text messages. Most of the text messages I get does turn out to be from somebody that I know. He escaped through the window. He said 2-on-1 weren't fair. I mean, he escaped through the window. He said 2-on-1 weren't fair. Thanks, man. Here, take this. I got a Mega Phoenix. Okay, so I think after a bunch of plot scenes play out in Garden, before we leave not forever, per se, but, like, before we leave with no further plot reasons to come back, we want to come see him one more time for one more, like, optional quest bonus doodad. The fact that he's a named character and involved with repairs always made me think we were going to end up going on some kind of quest for him gathering supplies to repair Garden or whatever, but no such thing happens, if I recall correctly. IIRC, it's another one of them teen slangs. Going up. Yeah. And once again, the magic of 3 times speed makes it far more bearable when you occasionally wander off in the completely wrong direction and talk to all the NPCs trying to advance the story and nothing happens. What? Self is feeling down right now. Well, after that whole failure with the sorceress, I'm gonna have a hard time getting it up, if you know what I mean. That's normally how I try to help. I thought I should let you know, since you're kind of everybody's leader. I think you should go talk to her. I know you're a klutz when it comes to these things, so I'll back you. Probably not stated in the way that's going to get the best results from Squall, but, I mean, I gotta say, as Irvine moves beyond the initial comic relief presentation, his heart does seem to be in the right place here. Where is she? I remember, one of my overall impressions of this game is I remember really coming to have very fond feelings for the team by the time it was done. Similar to Final Fantasy X, I really had kind of, you know, I mean, they're fictional characters. I'm not weirdo obsessive who's writing fan stories and doing fan art and stuff, but I had a positive, warm feeling when I thought about the team of this game by the time it was over. She's hanging out at the stage by the quad. And Selphie does seem like somebody who, if she's really feeling down, is either going to hide it or is just going to be a completely different person. Like, you tend to worry about people who are generally positive and bubbly if they get to feeling bad. Everybody has ups and downs, but somebody who just kind of, like, going off in personal stuff. I've been accused over the years. It came up a lot at a retail job I used to have. It seemed to come up a lot more when I was in the world of retail, like early jobs, getting, you know, while in high school or just out of college, as opposed to when I got into more white-collar profession. But just this notion that you're supposed to be smiling all the time, regardless of whether anything particularly positive is happening. I used to go around with a fairly blank expression and would smile if something particularly good was happening and would frown if something particularly bad was happening. And I used to be accused all the time of just being like a downer. Now that I think about it, that's probably one reason I related to Squall when I played this game. But yeah, Selphie's one of those people who's just like smiling and bubbly all the time. So yeah, you would worry about her before you'd worry about someone like me if something similarly bad had happened to me. And I was somebody who always seemed kind of like, either, depending on your perspective, always kind of a downer or just kind of chill. I didn't expect all this heavy machinery. Otis in particular has been a shock. How else are they going to repair it? With hammers and nails? Fucking hayseed moron. Knuckle dragging inbred. Sorry. Hey, this is my department. Then what is? Damn, Squall. Are we finally getting around to talking about the fact that he didn't beat the sorceress? Although, even at the time, Squall noted, and he appeared to be doing it because it was genuinely true and not to cheer Irvine, that his shot was on the money. Guns and women, of course. That's right, I'm into guns and heterosexuality. I do thoroughly represent the South. And I guess the West. I mean, not in the California, Oregon sense, but you know what I mean. Know what I mean, Burn? I believe absolutely in the rights of everyone to own firearms, and I have absolutely no sense that there's a right for people who aren't man and woman of the same race to be married. Hey, yuck. That is obviously farther than Irvine was going, but, You fucking talk to them! Yo, what's going on outside? Okay, that was certainly worth it. Alright, I don't care, whatever. That guy just completely turned me off to the idea that I should be talking to you guys. So at this point, I could have my voice crack. At this point, I could. It's too early to call it a video. I suppose I could and tack it onto a short video later. Oh, I know what I can do to round this one out. I can do some more of the Card Captor Sakura quest, where I actually need to find the members of the Secret Card Club. If I was really anxious to stop LPing the game for the day, which I'm not really, this would be a good time to go level up Irvine to 100, and then probably wait and level up Zell, Renoa, Kaitis, and Selphie until at least after I've gotten the next two main goofs. And the next goof that is available to me is going to be available without advancing the main plot at all. We just have to reach a... Well, that's not true. Ultra mild spoilers. But yeah, you can tell the story is moving towards eventually we're going to have actual control over the garden. It will be the first airship type thing we get in the game that allows us to go traveling around to different places. And it will open up an entirely optional area where we can get a Guardian Force, amongst other things that we can go to. But one of the places we'll be able to go to, we'll be able to get a Guardian Force. And then the next step of the plot, like going to the place the story wants us to go next when we have control, is also someplace where we get a Guardian Force. So I'm not a whole ton of videos away from having 2 more Guardian Forces to level up, possibly 3. So it really just comes down to how much more I want to play before I just kind of call it for a week or so and do other stuff. So now you guys are Card Captor members, I believe. Amazing. Butt Club 2. See, they wouldn't play me before. I had to beat this other guy first. It's like Thor, the zombies. He's not going to fight you till you've already beaten Blade, Mojo, and Turk. Are you surprised? That's right, we are. Card Princess Diamond. Collectively, we're the Diamond Duo. We're the Diamond Stud. We respect your card playing ability. We challenge you. Plus square to play. Oh, hey, that's a new one for me. Let's play with Fuzz Rules too. No, I don't want to spread Fuzz Rules. There is nothing with Fuzz Rules that I want to spread. I would like to spread the all rule to Pho and all these other places, which is currently in effect here. I do not want to spread any of the rules from Pho to here. Okay, so get them to stop. Open, trade rule, all. That's pretty much the ideal rule set. Leviathan. If you want to gamble, if you want to gamble, gamble, well, I'm your man. Do. Don't actually remember the words, so I probably shouldn't be doing this. And we win. Huzzah. And I was about to say I think the best one of these is Jumbo Cactuar, but I forgot I'm back at some place where I don't have to make that call. He's good. He's very good. Real good. He's the best. Every level 5 we remember, we've been defeated ever since Headmaster said, but there are still 2 of us left. Not you, is it? Alright, you know what? Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll use this video to actually finish that quest. And whether I want to level up Irvine off-screen or not, or I'd rather advance the story and have some more goofs to work on, which is probably the smart play, before I start leveling anyone else up. Because it really is. You can level up 2 people at a time if you wait until Disc 3. But with the 3 times gameplay speed options that we have at our disposal now, and the fact that I'm already kind of like, I don't know how bad I'm going to feel this weekend as the injection continues, and I might just need to find I might just need to stop recording and just play the game for fun and distraction without having to try to do commentary. There's a pretty decent chance I'm not going to wait all the way to disc 4 or 3 before I've power leveled all these folks. But either way, I was about to start calling. I was about to do my outro. I don't need to do my outro. I need to go to I have a tab open with the CC card group quest, the card Captor Sakura quest. So we've beaten Diamond. Spade cannot be challenged until after going to B1F. In the 2nd floor hallway, look for a guy standing near the elevator. Oh, that's interesting. So I don't think I would have noticed, but the guy who gave us our first set of cards and told us, I'm not playing, but you might as well use them if you'd like. He's actually a member of the Card Captor Sakura Club, so he's secretly trying to lure people to the game. Which, makes sense if you're big into the game. I don't know if he could lie to us and say he's not playing, but he did. He does not appear to be here, because he's probably not one of these guys. He just says, want to play card. I believe they always introduce themselves to you. And I don't think you have to beat Diamond before you can play him. So it really doesn't seem like it's one of these people. I think they have to be on this screen. And I'll try a couple more times to get them to spawn before I do like the guide says and actually ride up the elevator from different floors, because it is starting to look like you don't spawn him that way. What? No. Here we go. Wow. Amazing. I can't believe you defeated Diamond. Yes, I am one of the 4 suites of the CC group, Card Knight Spade. It's been a while since someone made it this far. It's been a while. Shall we start? As you already know, please press square to challenge me. You didn't even say the square button. I'm going to call a spade, though it appears that that's an acceptable nickname for this guy and for me to use because he does not appear to be African American. It would have been a little awkward if he was African American, and the game asked me to call him Spade. It's only weird if you make it weird. That's what I've been told in similar situations. I want that Iron Giant or whatever it is card. That's like the special Super Iron Giant, like Boss Iron Giant. I'd like to get that. Oh, I got this. Flip the Tonberry, and then if they flip Leviathan, I flip it back with Zell, and if they don't flip Leviathan, it doesn't matter. So I got it. And they didn't bother to flip it because they knew it wouldn't matter. So I got Red Giant. Wow, you are good. I accept defeat. I can tell you've collected and played cards all over the world. And you remind me of her talent especially. Oh, now I've said too much. Well, there is one more suit for you to defeat, but Hart is no ordinary player. She became the top player of the CC group in only 3 months, so she is a true genius. You two seem to have a similar learning ability. Well, now that I've bored you with too much detail, I shall leave. So long. Maybe I want to pump you for information. Please come by here anytime to play cards with me again. I'm always up for a good game. See you. So, I happen to know we're supposed to play Dr. Kuroki next. Although where you're supposed to get hints that she's the next one to play, I do not know. Not that you really got clues on how to find these other guys. But the game... Yeah, the fact said you'll get minor clues about where to go, but they're not essential, and you don't need to collect them. So, yeah, what the hell? If I'm gonna use this video to finish that quest out entirely, and make no other efforts to advance the plot, I might as well try to showcase every little bit of dialogue related to the quest. So, once we've defeated Spade, Hart cannot be challenged until leaving Pho. Okay, well, never mind. So I'm glad I did come back and read, because I can't continue. In the Garden's Bridge, challenge the female seed. She has the Carbuncle card. Oh, okay, so I want to... Well, maybe I'll go looking for the Carbuncle card. But yeah, never mind. I thought I could finish the quest. Now I can't. We need to advance the story a bit. In the Garden's Bridge, challenge the female seed. In Mordor, where the shadows dwell. Okay. So now we got to figure out where the Garden Bridge is. It is not here. Well, no, of course it's not here. This is the hall. I would think the bridge would be Sid's office. But it's not, so... It is entirely possible that this isn't available yet. I don't know what room would be considered the bridge. I would think it's here, because I'm almost positive that this is where you go to actually control the garden once you're permitted to control the garden. But maybe it's here, for some bizarre reason. This is classroom. I'm just going to check all the rooms real quick. I'm checking them twice. There's no reason to do it. I'm just referencing Santa Claus. Never mind, we don't get to go back there. Oh, this is the deck. Yeah, I don't know which of these rooms would be considered the bridge. I mean, I can play him again. I don't think this will lead to new information on where to go. Oh, he's got some cards I've never seen before, though, so that's... I mean, it's not like a complete waste of our time here. I'm the man. I'll flip this and then they'll flip it, I'm sure, but... So I win, and I get Vasilocon, Blitz, Trauma, Krista, and which I guess that sound means I think I never had that before. Hello, if you're not busy, how about a game? Okay, he's not telling us anything new. Hey, it was kind of fairy for a while, but we're all used to it now, huh? Alright, so you guys are not really offering exciting new info. This is the hall, and I believe if I try to leave, he will stop us. This is the library. There's no reason it would be called the hall, the bridge, but I'll just check every place to see. I'm starting to think we just need to come back and do this later. That the bridge becomes the name of something training center. I'm not going to bother to go through all the different rooms of the training center. It's the parking lot of our airship. Going to the garden festival place is going to advance the oh wait, we can check for hot dogs. Now that Zell's not in the party, maybe we'll get hot dogs. I could have sworn we were going to get to talk to her from that position. No more hot dogs. Go for the hot dog defense. The fact that I couldn't get hot dogs is why I murdered all those people. Not that I murdered a bunch of people. Congratulations, Scott.
Congratulations, darling. I heard you defeated all 4 suites of the CC group. Oh, me, I have nothing to do with the CC group. Well, I guess it's okay to tell you. I was a CC group king for a long time, but I passed the position over to another girl 4 years ago. Oh, you want to know who she is? Sorry, I can't tell you. Look for her yourself. You'll probably find her as soon now that you've defeated the 4 suits. Want to play a card game? What the hell, might as well.
Okay, so I guess you just talk to her to get a clue, and maybe if you don't talk to her, you can't find this person at all. What card is it I'm getting by finding this person? Because that's a card I don't have right there. That's Tiamat. Yeah, I still gotta find this person to get the Carbuncle card eventually. Hold on, let me look at something else I've got here while you listen to this wonderful music. Okay, Tiamat's not a rare card, it's just a class of cards that only advanced players will play, and it's not one that we've seen. Carbuncle, on the other hand, is something we can only get from... Wait, no, it said this page from the same FAQ says you get that from the member of the CC group. Oh. This is annoying. It looks like we've already beaten... Well, hold on. Well, this guide is confused. It seems to think that Dr. Katawaki is a man. I'm pretty sure she's meant to be a woman. Now it looks like we've already played Card Queen Heart at some point. Because Card Master King is the leader, and that's the one we haven't played, even though we've just told King is a female. So Card Queen Heart... Maybe, no, okay, so playing Katawaki, she's talking to us like we've already beaten everybody and can go on, but I am now not sure at all whether we've got 2 people left to beat or just 1. Either way, we'll win this game to get Tiamat plus whatever else, and move on with our lives here. I mean, one thing I could do as kind of an experiment is... She is definitely going to be flippable if they play Tiamat at that specific spot. But then I could flip Tiamat. But then Tiamat could be flipped back. Yeah, whatever. I just saved, so it's not... I think I've just locked this one up. Okay, it's probably just a typo in the fact, but this character's wearing pantyhose and has a bun at the back of her of the head of hair. So I'm pretty sure this character is meant to be female. It is not really that big of a deal. Alright, we will save. We're basically being told... I don't consider it a spoiler, so I'll just let you know. The leader of the card captor group cannot be found. By you going around challenging people. Once you've beaten everyone else, sleeping in your dorm room in the Balam Garden, every time you do that, there is a chance. I don't know if it's something you have to do several times and get it to pop up, or if it automatically happens the first time you save in your dorm room area, or rest in your dorm area after all the conditions are fulfilled. But either way, the way you actually do it is you've got to... I should get some rest, and then you rest, and when you wake up, they challenge you to card game match. So I'm really fuzzy on whether we've actually played Card Queen Heart or not. I don't think we have. And apparently we don't get to do that till we advance the story a little farther. So, makes sense to call it a video. And when we come back... the logical thing to do, even though part of me is like, take a break from recording and just do some grinding now. You've got Irvine available with nobody else. You can get him to 100, and you've got two people at 100. You're 1/3 of the way there. But I'll probably just advance the story to where I can be working on some Guardian Forces too. I am not going to have all the Guardian Forces before we grind all of our characters up to level 100. There are Guardian Forces we'll be getting with not a whole lot of game left. And it's... having your characters at level 100, almost by definition, means the only thing in the game that's going to be a threat. If I'm not just grossly incompetent with how I set up junctions and stuff, is going to be the optional super boss. But the whole reason I'm doing this, I've never bothered to get everyone to 100 before. The whole reason I'm doing it is because I've never actually beat this is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I've never collected all the cards, and I've never actually defeated the optional super boss. So those are two things I want to do for sure during this Let's Play. Because with the exception of Nobunaga's Ambition and RTK 13, kind of, because I went back and did a new playthrough after the expansion came out, I generally don't go back and replay these games once I LP them. So with this playthrough from Final Fantasy VIII, I want to make sure I do everything that I've ever intended to get done with this game. Hope you guys are down for that. Not that I'd know about it if you didn't tell me. I never hold it against people who want to view the video description and decide, I'll skip this one, I'll come back the next time he's talking about plot advancement. And I'm certainly not going to show the grinding for levels on camera. But some of the card stuff, if it bores you to tears, I do not mind if you skip those vids and come back for the rest. Anyway, guys, catch you. There will be a card quest later. I literally... Well, that's not true. There are ways that you could have been working on it before this point. But it becomes much easier once you get kind of the second airship, which lets you land in places the first airship doesn't go. But there is that quest with the Queen of Cards. If you lose certain cards to the Queen of Cards, you have the ability to get them back, but you also unlock new cards that don't appear in game until you lose cards to the Queen of Cards. I don't think the game ever explains how this works in such a way where you could know how to do it without a FAQ. But I've got a FAQ, so I'll definitely be doing that as well. And that might be, depends. If you have zero interest in the card game, you'll want to skip those vids when they're coming. And if you find the card game itself boring, but are curious about just how out there and wacky is this side quest and how many different places you need to go to get it done properly, you might want to tune in. Either way, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.